When the Kent family finds themselves in the crosshairs of Henry Bendix, it will bring all manner of faces from Jon's past to the forefront. What'll happen next? Well, let's hop into the pages of Superman, Son of Kal-El, issue number 6 and find out. So then, as the comic opens up, we're actually in Bloodhaven of all places. We see an encampment of young homeless people like the very ones that Nightwing is trying to help over in the other big Tom Taylor book that's out right now, come under attack by a strange and mysterious post-human with the ability to put people to sleep. He doesn't have a name, but for simplicity's sake, let's just call him Sleep. This guy, we discover, works for the nation of Gamora, kidnapping healthy test subjects for Bendix's twisted mad science experiments. And if you're going to be making people disappear, then it only makes sense to attack vulnerable communities, of which the police A, don't do that much about, and B, not many people look for once they're gone. Now back over with Lois Lane, she's having a meeting with Batman. Bruce is understandably pretty shook at the idea that the Kent farm had come under attack by Bendix. That place is supposed to be under Justice League protection, and if someone is attacking the Kent family, well then that's an attack on the entire superhero community as a whole. Proving that Henry Bendix isn't just crazy, isn't just evil, but actually getting bolder if he thought he could get away with this kind of behavior. Now what about Jon Kent, the new Superman? Well, he's finally starting to feel like himself again following Bendix's own attack on him in a previous issue. Bendix had hoped to weaponize his own altruism and super senses to make it so he would literally work himself to death. Jon had managed to make it out the other end thanks in no small part to the assistance of Jay Nakamura. Emotions and adrenaline were running high, and Jay and Jon actually ended up sharing a little kiss. Now Jon has to go back, remembering that he left his cape behind. Well, you know, he says he left his cape by mistake, but I mean, come on, we've all pulled that trick once or twice. Hey, can I see you again? I left my hat. Oh, well, you know, I'm here anyway. I was gonna go get some food. Are you hungry? Let's eat and talk. It's over pizza. Jon actually gets Jay to open up about his own origins and connection to Henry Bendix. Apparently, Bendix as a stranger rolled into the island nation some time ago with a lot of money and muscle, and before you know it, was elected president. The former president just so happened to be Sarah Nakamura, Jay's mother. Once Bendix was in power, he was sure that he was never going to give it up ever again. He enslaved the people of Gamora and began experimenting on them. Jay was one of these brand new post-human weapons, and we see that he developed the power to phase through solid objects. Which, you know, is a pretty solid power, but pretty bad when you're trying to keep a political prisoner, well, a prisoner. Jon and Jay agree to join forces once again to try and bring Bendix down. The one lead they have is Star Labs. Fault Line, before she was dropped on the Kent farm, was there getting treatment, meaning that someone has probably compromised the building. Jay agrees to go in first to look for information. After all, being able to phase through stuff is really great when it comes to spycraft and trying to steal info. But here's the rub, just when he thinks he's reached the juiciest of information, he ends up coming under attack by Damian Wayne Robin. Yeah, that's right, when Robin heard that the Kents were attacked at home, Damian dropped everything to try and help his former Super Sons teammate and best friend out. Aw, he really does care, doesn't he? Actually, Damian and Jay have a funny little back and forth there where Jay says that he's a friend of Jon's, but Damian says, I'm his only friend. Their battle ends up being short-lived though, as it's at that very moment Lois Lane ends up coming in. Apparently everyone had the exact same idea, to look for clues at Star Labs, and oh, the clues that they find. Apparently a powerful US senator as well as the US Gamora ambassador were there with Sleep to pressure the scientists into returning Fault Line. Obviously this is evidence of a massive criminal conspiracy, and Lois and Jon thinks this may finally be what they need to take Bendix down once and for all in the public eye. We also get a very adorable little scene too of Damian sizing up Jon and Jay. The new Superman doesn't actually have to tell his Super Son's friend anything because, well, Damian's on his way to being the world's greatest detective, and he knows Jon better than just about anyone else, so he doesn't have to say anything at all. Also, hey, you know, if you're reading the Robin book, you'll know Damian is seeing someone too. Flatline. She killed him on their first meeting, so it's getting pretty serious. With Lois's journalist connection, Superman is able to track down the tanker ship where all the kidnapped kids are being shipped out from. Jon manages to make quick work of the post-human guards and save the captive children. Unfortunately, Sleep manages to give him the slip because, well, he's able to put him to sleep. Doesn't matter how strong or bulletproof you are, once you go to sleep, you're not going to be arresting anyone. It's not exactly an A+ power or anything, but it certainly has its uses, am I right? Superman Jon may not have been able to grab the ringleader, but he is able to grab that US senator. At first, they think of taking him to Batman, who would probably want to turn him inside out, what with the personal attack on the Kent's home and everything. Instead, Jon decides to take him to the truth, Jay's YouTube persona, to spill his guts. And indeed, this corrupt politician ends up telling all, like the fact that Jay's mother Sarah, the former president of Gamora, is actually still alive. Though how long she stays that way is still yet to be seen, as Henry Bendix is finishing his final plans for something called The Rising. And so that was Superman Son of Kal-El issue number 6, everybody, and overall I did enjoy it. It was certainly fun and funny to see Jon's old friend in Damian come and meet his new friend Jay. Robin goes from being a little possessive to being super understanding. At the end of this month, we're actually going to be getting another Super Son special courtesy of Tomasi and Bogdanovic, so it's cool to see that they're still very much in each other's lives in their own respective books. We learn more about Jay and his connection to Bendix's coup of Gamora. Again, I had guessed that he's probably Bendix's son, and while that still has been proven wrong yet, we now have a better understanding of his personal reasons for wanting to overthrow this tyrant. Furthermore, I appreciate what Taylor has been doing with these post-human threats. Again, it's hard to create brand new Superman-level foes, so I like the idea of a grab bag of characters with eclectic powers. Overall, I'd give this one a 7.5 out of 10. Not bad, I'm still invested in what's going on.
Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel, and if you're seeing me right now, that means you watched to the end of the video, which I am very appreciative of. It really helps drive engagement and retention and all that other good YouTube stuff. So does liking and commenting. Wink wink. If you like my content too, you should check out my Patreon page. We just redid all the tiers, so there's a ton of great rewards. You can become a patron for as little as $1 a month, and well, it would just really help me out. It's never expected, but always appreciated. So until next time everyone, I've been Cape Joel, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.